So today I want to show you the worst adventure motorcycle ever produced. It's fat, ugly, big, heavy, slow, underpowered, you name it. It's not this one, guys. It's this one over here. This is the worst adventure motorcycle right over here. Hello everyone, I hope you are having a great day. My name is Isam and welcome to the channel. So today I want to talk about the worst adventure motorcycle out there. I have watched a video. I don't know if you are following Dork in the Road. He made a video about the worst adventure motorcycles you can get started with, and he gave a list of 7 motorcycles, and one of them is the one I own, the Yamaha Super Tenere. And I just want to share with you my experience. I made several videos about this motorcycle and I can't stop talking about it. So if you have watched my channel, you know that I love this bike. I made several like videos with a review. I made a raw ride. I made several rides, and if you want to check them out, you can go ahead and click in the videos. They're free to watch. And so what he said that, like, if you are wanting to start like riding adventure motorcycles, I agree with him. You got to start with something small. You don't want to go and kill yourself with something big and heavy. You always have to start small and make your way, grow little by little and make your way up to the biggest one. And sometimes, even the biggest ones, they are not the fun thing out there, especially if you are wanting to do some off-roading and technical rides and all that. But for, touring, cruising, if you have passengers going to be with you most of the time, then maybe it's one of the best adventure motorcycles out there. And there's like, I don't know how many reviews about it, and almost every single review it's positive about this bike. So I just wanted to go to what Dork on the Road. He said that this bike, it's very heavy and it's basically like underpowered, like doesn't have any power. So I wanted to compare this bike to another adventure motorcycles, and you can decide like if it's this bike, it's like underpowered, or if it's slow, or not capable, or you can decide. Like, you can watch other reviews and you can decide. You can read the specs. You can see other people experiences. But I seen few comments that they were negative about it. Like, they said, some people said it's the worst adventure motorcycle. They've been criticizing the engine. They said the engine has like a agricultural sound. I will turn my bike on, and you can listen to the sound and see, and you can hear the engine and the exhaust and all that. The they said like it's very underpowered, like you feel like you are going slow all the time. I have watched so many. I said that in the past. I grew up in North Africa, and I seen people with 50cc scooters and 150cc scooters, like carrying so many things. Like you find a family of 3 or 4 members going over a little bike, and if you see the weight, like how much weight they are hauling or carrying, it's for at least uh, 300 or 400 pound or more than that. And the bikes, they are super small. I seen people that are hauling like logs, and I will leave some images over here, and you're gonna know what I'm talking about. These bikes, they are only 50 cc's and 150 cc's, and they can take a whole family for a trip or commuting. They're not taking a long trip, but for at least they're doing maybe 15 miles or 20 miles every day with all that cargo. Let's make a comparison between three adventure motorcycles to see if the Yamaha Super Tenere is underpowered, or just some people exaggerate a little bit and makes it look like a KLR, or maybe the Honda Monkey or something like that. So let's start with the with the Honda Africa Twin, the new model, the Adventure Sport 1100cc. It's actually 1084 cc's. So this bike weighs around 559 pound, 560. It's like 25 pound difference between it and the Yamaha Super Tenere. And the engine generates around 100 horsepower, 100.5 to be more specific, and the torque is 82.6 foot-pound, and the price is around 18,399. And there is a few reviews of people who own both bikes, who own like the Africa Twin and Yamaha Super Tenere, and you can watch them. There are so many in YouTube, and see what they prefer the most. And there is Suzuki V-Strom, the adventure one, the XT 1050. So the Suzuki V-Strom, it weighs around 573 pound and generates around 106 horsepower and got 74 pound of torque, and the price is 16,199, $16,000. I met few people who have this bike. Some of them, they had the 650, and they had to change from the 650 to the Yamaha Super Tenere. They told me like actually the bike off-road and slow speed maneuvering, it feels top heavy than the Yamaha Super Tenere. The Yamaha Super Tenere still feels more like maneuverable, or like you can maneuver it and at slow speed better than the V-Strom 1000 or the V-Strom 650. So the Yamaha Super Tenere, it's the heaviest. It's 584 pound. It generates more horsepower than the Africa Twin or the Suzuki V-Strom. Generates around 108 horsepower. Some people, they climb it to 110 horsepower. So the torque is 84.2. So it's more than the Africa Twin and more than the Suzuki V-Strom. And the price is around $6,300. And so the engine, it's 1200 or 1199 cc's. So like when we check to see this bike, it's right there. It's not that big of a difference between the Yamaha Super Tenere and the Africa Twin and the V-Strom. And the bike does just well, like if you are going with the passenger in the highway. I take my wife sometimes, and I can put 3 digits in the speedometer. Like you can reach to 100 mile per hour just fine. Like you're never gonna reach the limit of what this bike is capable for. So I don't know why they say like it's underpowered. It's just like any other adventure motorcycle, got plenty of plenty of power, plenty of torque,
plenty of space to be comfortable. You can do whatever you want with this bike, and the price is great.
Like when I started with this bike, it was a little bit hard, but once you get it, once your muscle memory, once your your body get used to it, then it's not a big deal. You can do slow speed maneuvering, and when you are moving at high speed, that weight disappears. You won't feel it anymore. You can it feels like a small bike. You can do all the maneuverings you want, like swerve, and it feels like really flexible. It doesn't feel like intimidating or anything like that. It's just I don't know like why here in North America so many people the talk about this bike. It's like the worst bike ever. But if you go overseas, it's actually more expensive than you buy it over here. Even in the used market, like in some countries, the Yamaha Super Tenere it's more expensive than the V-Strom or other brands. And I know so many people. I met so many people. They had the BMW GS, and they rode that bike, and like it was too expensive to maintain, and they gave up on it, and they moved to the Yamaha Super Tenere or the V-Strom or the Africa Twin. There is I I I work in a shop, and most of my coworkers they have Harleys, and every time I had a couple guys try this bike, and we said this thing it's like a sport bike compared to a Harley, like a Harley Glide. Most of them they are over 800 pound, 850. So if you are coming, like if you are already riding like a cruiser or a sport touring, or to move to something like this is not going to be a big deal. You can start on pavement and start learning how to get some gravel, some dirt, and all that, and you will get it. But if you never rode a bike before, if if you are going to buy your first motorcycle, so please don't buy this thing. Go for something smaller. Go for CB 500X. Now they are making the CN 700X Honda, or a dual sport bike like the Kawasaki KLX, or Honda, the 300L Raleigh, something like that. If you are just getting started, but if you got experience in the streets, this one is not gonna feel any like worse, or maybe it's gonna feel better. I learned like when I was getting my endorsements, I was learning in the Harley Davidson Academy, and we were learning and with the Streets 500. And when I got this one, I felt that this one was more like more agile, more flexible, more nimble. It felt way easier. Like when you go to the shifter, it was easy to shift with it. Everything is great. Like I can complain about it. And so this is what I wanted to say. This is my first motorcycle. So if you got experience in the streets, you can go buy one. They're cheap in the marketplace. Uh, Make sure you get the second generation, like from 2014 above, like because got all the other good stuff like cruise control, electronic suspension, and all that stuff. But the first generation had a little bit problems with the cam shift tensioner, the timing when it goes bad, it will blow your cam, and it happened to me. So this is all I wanted to say. Please, if you like this type of videos, make sure you subscribe, uh, like, comment, and thank you so much for watching. It's a little bit cold. I need to get inside. We are still in January. The temperature it's been between sometime in the morning it's like 20, in the afternoon is around 30, 35, and right now I'm freezing. So if you got any questions, please, can you see me now? Yeah. If you got some questions, leave them over there. Comment, subscribe, And thank you so much for watching. And I will see you next time. Thank you.